Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are looking at, from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary Darth Vader. And this one here, as you can see, has a removable mask and helmet. We've had a removable helmet before for Darth Vader, but I think it's way back when in the blue box, and all I had was the bootleg version of it because I was a little bit too late to the party for the Black Series. But yeah, this one's looking pretty cool here. We've got the actual vintage card here with the Vader on the side of that very nostalgia look of the Kenner card. In here we've got loads of accessories for Darth Vader, which is unusual. We've got his lightsaber, we've got a removable hand because he has battle damage here, and then obviously the removable mask and helmet at the top there. So looking really cool. Coming around to the back, we've actually got the list from this line here. Quite a good lineup, to be honest, from the Return of the Jedi. Definitely want to get the Rebel Commando, probably get the Luke Skywalker. Not too fussed about the R2 and the other one there, but yeah, looking really, really nice. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this big bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously there's no hidden accessories or anything there, so we get him out for our first impressions before running away to his review. And the only thing I wanted to say about this Darth Vader is just I wish they start designing his legs a little bit better. All the Darth Vaders I have, he's always got loose hips down to the bottom down here, so I think he really needs a redesign. But looking at the mask or face there, looks pretty nice, and then so is the rest of the body. So I'm going to go away, take some pictures, and we'll see you in a moment. So welcome back, we've been away, we're taking these pictures, and what can I say about this figure? Well, if you're a one figure collector, then this is the Darth Vader for you. It's the ultimate Darth Vader. It's got a really nice looking helmet sculpt there, and I'll compare that to the rest of the Vaders as we go through. And we've got those extra play value as well with all those extra accessories. However, as a collector of Darth Vaders, I feel it's still not enough, and there's a few little nitpicks here, that is for sure, and we'll bring those up as we go through the review. But yeah, so starting off, he comes with his lightsaber, looking pretty cool here. We'll just take that out of his hand, and you can see all those nice little details on there, and the silver and the black. No colour bleed at all. Comes with the red transparent blade, which is removable, and comes with a nice thick blade, so it's not going to snap at any given time. First little nitpick though, it comes with the old hook, and the belt is still made of that horrible kind of sort of like flimsy plastic. So when that clips on, it never feels like it's like clipped on, or it's like, I just feel like there should be a nub, like an extra kind of piece to sort of feel like it's sort of attached. Just always feels like it's stuck to the static of the cloth rather than the belt itself. So I would never display them like this if you want to say bye-bye to your lightsaber. So that's my first little nitpick there. Next up is one of his first accessories, which is his removable hand. Looking pretty cool here, but we'll go through this hand a little bit later on when we go through the sculpt of the figure. That is removable, and that is on a little stump there. And then we can just attach this part on, and again the sculpt work of the glove looks pretty cool. And then we've got that kind of severed look with all the wires and the silver there sticking out, looking pretty cool, to be honest with you. Let's get that into focus. So yeah, looking really nice, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I do feel like the actual stump itself with the hand, if you're moving the arm around a little bit, it doesn't feel like it's secured really on there. So when you're moving that hand around, getting some of those poses with the lightsabers, it does pop off quite easily. And then we have the helmet, which is removable, and the helmet is really, really nice. So we've got the sort of more glossy part on the top there. This can just pop off, and inside you can see the sort of definition of the mask on the top there. So that's how it fits into place. The actual mask itself looks really nice. I feel like it needs a little bit of extra silver and stuff on the wires, but apart from that, it does look pretty cool. And it's got the typical kind of Harley Quinn sort of like sort of greyish silvers and blacks there to sort of give it a bit of a depth to the helmet itself. And then taking that off, we've actually got the unmask underneath there, but we'll go through all this when we actually go through the sculpt itself. But I feel with the extra accessories here, looking pretty cool. We've got some extra play value for Vader, so it's definitely a tick there for me, that is for sure. And I'm going to leave the mask off for now, and we're going to go through the actual kind of articulation of the figure itself. So with the head, it's actually pretty cool because the head is on a second, like the ball joint, so it's not actually attached to this kind of breathing part either. So when you're moving that helmet around, or the head, should I say, you've got full rotation there, completely different to the actual ball joint as well. So we've got lower neck movement, we've got upper neck movement. So if you wanted a battle damaged Vader with no mask on, fighting and stuff like that, you definitely got that kind of option there, which is pretty cool. And then arm wise, we've got full rotation around down here. It comes up to this far as well. We've got a nice butterfly joint in there, so really good sort of articulation there on the arm. We've got rotation at the elbow on a single elbow joint as well, rotation at the wrist, and it's also on the hinge. And as I said about this side, the hinge goes up and down as well on this side. So you've got really good sort of like saber hands there. On the waist, we've got left, we've got right. He looks down this far and he looks back this far as well. So crunch wise, but you've got a bit of a rocker in there, which is quite nice. On the hips, comes up this far, forward, back, upper thigh rotation there. We've got the old double knee joint down there with pins showing as well. And then we've got the rocker and the pivot at the ankle. So this is the other nitpick as well that I do feel with the Darth Vader, is that this is all great. Well, they've added all this extra movement at the top down there, but they need to upgrade these hips. These hips just do my head in, and they're already feeling quite loose down here. And with these legs as well, there's sort of like pins showing and stuff. Like, just go away and give us some new legs for Darth Vader, because all my Vaders have trouble with their hips, unfortunately. So for that, with the articulation, I just feel like I'm going to give it it's not going to pass for me, because I just feel like these hips are just not going to be right. The articulation is great for the head part, especially with this sort of movable head. I thought it's going to be stuck to this, that's for sure. So it is good there. But as a collector of Darth Vaders, I just feel like now they need to move on from these hip joints for sure. And then now we can go through the actual sculpt itself. And the sculpt for the head, I'm not too sure. We've got the details all in there looking pretty cool. We've got that kind of sort of like baggy eyes and all the scars around looking really nice on there. We just pull him right out so you can see. But I just feel like when we do pull him right out, it just kind of loses that effect. You know, with those sort of like little lipstick and stuff on there, it just doesn't look right in my opinion. Got a really nice kind of scarring around on the back of the helmet as well, looking pretty cool. We've got the neck part as well. We've got all those extra kind of details, and then that sort of silver lines and stuff around on his accordion. And then coming down to the actual Vader itself, we've got the nice sort of like shield part on this bit. We've got all the sort of normal standard Darth Vader undersuit there, and then we've got his chest box. Again, the little nitpick is that they haven't included the little white writing underneath on here with the red sort of like lines, which they have done before. So this is the Emperor Strikes Back. No, not that one. This is the Emperor Strikes Back Darth Vader, and they actually added all that in there. So yeah, it is a bit of a weird choice that they didn't do that. And I double checked as well, because I can't remember if it, for the Return of the Jedi ones, they didn't have the right writing, but it does. So yeah, I'm not too sure why they didn't add it on there. Just another little nitpick in my opinion. And then coming down here on the hands and stuff like that. So yeah, looking good sculpt, and the legs are the same as always as well. I do feel though, another nitpick as well is that the cape always feels way too long for Vader. This bit always comes down further than his legs, and then the cape, the actual width of the cape just always gets in the way, especially when you're sort of like posing him around. It is huge, this cape. It doesn't need to be this big, but again, they're just like the old little nitpicks that all the Vaders have always had there. So yeah, for the sculpts and stuff, I'm going to give it a pass, because the reason why is the helmet. So we're going to put this back on here now. That just clips in just on the inside, just either side. I've actually heated up the mask as well, because it was a little bit warped when I got it out of the box, and now it fits a little bit better, but you still need to push that head in and get it into a good place, and then putting on that helmet as well. So yeah, once all the helmet in place, it looks really, really nice. And I do feel like it's probably the ultimate Vader for looks, in my opinion. So we bring in the A New Hope Vader, which is this one. So this is like one of the sort of, I think it was like the 40th anniversary Darth Vader for this one. You can see like the loop bit down here looks all different and stuff as well, but the helmet itself just looks a little bit too thin now. I actually thought this was a really good Vader at the time, but comparing it to this one, it definitely has sort of like run its due date, I definitely think. Next up is the other Vader, which was probably my ultimate Vader that I always used for all my posing and stuff, but now even comparing that, to this one. I was always a little bit sort of not too sure if I preferred the New Hope helmet compared to this one. I preferred the eyes and stuff of this one here, but now looking at this one to this one, this is definitely the best part. It's like a mixture, an amalgamation of both of those to this. So yeah, a really nice looking Vader there, that is for sure. So yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones out there. So in my opinion, it's definitely getting a pass for the sculpt, that's for sure. And as a figure in all, it's just annoying because these hips, I just know over time it's going to sort of start ruining it. So I'm going to give it a silver because I feel like they've gone in the right direction. They've given him sort of like butterfly shoulders, and we've got a really nice sculpt there. So it's definitely an upgrade to my other Darth Vaders. So I'm going to give it a silver, but it's definitely not going to win any awards anytime soon. So yeah, that is pretty much it. What do you think of this figure? Are you going to go out there and buy it, or are you going to stop buying him, or are you a one figure collector? Is this going to be your ultimate Vader? Let me know in those comments down below. Don't forget, you can subscribe, you can ding the bell, you can follow me on Instagram, you can join the channel for 99p or 99 cents wherever you are from in the world. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.